Hello everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
How was the day?
Very good.
Very good. After the
Enjoy.
days, now see, I'll start the meeting with one thought. Then happy birthday to our beloved Prime Minister, Sir Narendra Modi. He has turned 75 this week, 3 days back. And happy birthday to my childhood friend. I'll give an introduction. You know this. Do you remember this tune? If you guys can hear. So this week, maybe this is a kind of disappointed tune. I remember I remember seeing it that way. Like I was excited at some point of time, but when I heard after 10 years, it was very disappointing. You can still hear it. So Doordarshan has turned 85 this month. So I remember Doordarshan as my friend was with me for my entire childhood. I still remember some of the days, Chitrahar, Shaktiman, from Amul Surbi, the knowledge of Amul Surbi, Vyomkesh Bakshi, the intriguing, some mysteries, maybe the Indian James Bond, Indian Sherlock Holmes. Along with that, I still remember Krishi Darshan. I don't know why. There was a sorry, yeah, and this tune, Mere Sur Mera Tumhara. First time I heard it on Doordarshan, still rings bell in my mind, and still that show of Krishna Darshan. I still remember Alu Kaise. I don't know why I watched it. I still remember it after 30 years. Alu Kaise Ugate, Alu. You might think I'm that old. From that era where Doordarshan was one of our dearest friends. I wish them happy birthday. I wish they still be there for our next generation. Nobody might not watch it, but still a lot of population of India still watches Doordarshan, and that is one of the only entertainment source they have. With that, I start today's meeting. I welcome you all into meeting number 380 of Heritage City Toastmasters Club. I'm in Schumacher, Sergeant at Arms for today. I start the meeting with mission statement of Toastmaster. In Toastmaster, we provide positive and supportive learning experience in which our members are encouraged to develop their personal and to develop their communication and professional skills, resulting in better self growth and persona. Okay. In our meetings, we have few rules. Rule number one, I would encourage all of you to keep your mobiles on silent mode. I'll give you 10 seconds for that. Check mine. Done. We don't talk about sex, politics, and the religion. They are touchy topics, and we encourage you don't touch them while you are on stage. In our meetings, we respect our speakers, so I encourage you that please avoid cross talking or leaving the room when the speaker is on stage. If that is urgent, you can do so when the speaker is not on stage or when we are uploading. We follow Digital India mission, so we use QR codes for for our channels. These are our social media channels. You can scan them and join them. We have our guest group. You can scan this QR code and join our guest group. This guest group will have all the feedback links, all the votings for Toastmasters, and along with that, we'll get more news. If you want to join Toastmaster, you'll get regular updates on this guest group. And we charge 100 rupees venue fees. For this venue, we are paying more than 2500 for every meeting we make. So we are charging 100 rupees venue fees. You can pay that venue fees by scanning this QR code. If you want to pay by cash, you can hand over the cash to me. And with that, I would say enjoy today's meeting. I'll and I'll call presiding officer of today at the stage, Mr. Hamid.
Dear Toastmasters and guests, since some weeks I am able to observe the rain is on work during weekdays, and during the weekends it comes to us. The rain loves us, right? That it only comes in weekends to attend Toastmasters meeting as a guest. Well, that was just a joke, no problem. Some days ago, as just some hours ago, I shared a video in HCTC guest group and members. It was the video of a news channel in which a very famous news anchor Palki Sharma was talking about soft skills. How many of you watched? Okay, one, two. Wow. Can you both, starting from you, tell me what was in that video?
In the video, so that you all are here the like overall development we have that is not but if they are two candidates, they are both are on the same level, they qualify the same examination, they go for the interviewer will that person has the soft skills, the skills which they are the is the emotional more empathy person is has communication skills or leadership skills. If the person has the more those kind of skills, the interview choose that person. The person has that.
Great. Yes, that's bad.
See, in the AI world, they can get more, like they can get more knowledge, they can get more data. But soft skills are something which maybe only the humans will be able to perceive, utilize, and cater as per the needs.
Great. Thank you. Summarizing the points which they both have shared, they have shared correct points. Palki Sharma spoke one thing. If hard skills are one of the reasons that you get a job, maybe IT engineer or some people they need more hard skills. The soft skills are the ones that make them eligible to show the hard skills to the one who is recruiting. So soft skills are something that is to be practiced very much. Hard skills you may learn, you will keep on practicing, but soft skills is something that if you don't practice, you will forget and you will be on the page one after when you start doing after a long break. So, suppose the example is public speaking. Suppose you left Toastmasters for 3-5 years and then again you are on the stage. Can anyone tell me what will be your feeling? Will it be just like your first day at Toastmasters, standing over here very nervous, a big stage fear, or will be very confident or what? Anyone? Here. Just like our first day when we came on the stage, we had stage fear and all. Because this is a thing which we didn't practice and now we have forgotten. This requires regular practice. And Toastmasters gives you the platform to practice it very regularly. Toastmasters gives you the platform to come and speak every week. It may be giving evaluation to some other speaker. It may be speaking on the table topics. It may be doing the role that is a specific role that is required in the meeting. But that role, some way or the other, revolves around public speaking only. All the different types of roles and everything in Toastmasters are public speaking. So Toastmasters is the best platform you can get to practice public speaking. Now let me tell you a bit about Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a 101-year-old organization that was started in 1924 by a guy named Ralph C. Smedley. This guy realized that people around him, they weren't able to raise a toast. Raising a toast in just simple words is public speaking. People weren't able to do public speaking. So he made this very supportive community where we don't judge the people standing over here. Instead, we motivate the people. We encourage everyone to come on stage, speak their heart out, and maybe if there is something which we can find which they may improve, we do give feedbacks. Very constructive feedbacks. Keeping that in mind, we can improve. That is what happens in Toastmasters. It is in more than 50 countries, and more than 5 lakh members currently are associated with their own respective Toastmaster clubs all around the world. That was all from Toastmasters. Now I would like to take the guest introduction. So, dear all guests, please introduce yourself within 20 seconds answering these 3 questions. Your name, something about your job, profession, business, and how did you come to know about Heritage City Toastmasters Club? Let's start from you.
My name is Manjeet Singh Khalsa. I'm working as a project manager in a clinical trials field, and actually I visited twice or before that in Thank you.
Great, welcome. You.
Hello everyone, good evening. Myself Mohan Kumar. I'm from City Toastmasters Club. I am recently joined as a guest performer last week. And if there's any nearby clubs there I find this heritage. Thank you.
And everyone, this club is located in Malaysia. So this guy has just shifted over to Ahmedabad, and after the meeting, if you wish to inquire about the membership, Toastmaster Ajit sitting over there, please raise your hand. He will help you out if you wish. And yeah, your question.
Hello everyone, my name is Shubham. My profession is and I speak art market. In my form, I'm the internet expertise and about Toastmasters. So I am also member of Toastmasters Club and the Treasurer. So whenever I come to Ahmedabad, so every Saturday I come. So I already visited 4 times, 5 times earlier, also here. And
My name is Vastrapur. I'm a student at this college, and I came to know about this from my friend Shubham. It's my personal tip.
Today is a very special meeting. We all have seen in the poster there is an educational session on overthinking. You will be guided further as the meeting proceeds. And I would just say the last sentence, don't overthink a lot. Just come on stage and speak out your mind. We'll tell you when to come on the stage if you are a guest, when to come if you are a role player. Let the meeting proceed. I would like to call the host of the day. Host of today is the master of ceremony of this meeting, and the master of ceremony is a very senior Toastmaster. He has done multiple roles such as president, vice president in membership, serving the club since a long time. He is a great speaker. He owns a business of uniforms. His business manufactures industrial uniforms. Moreover, from his side, let's welcome Toastmaster Bharat.
Thank you, Toastmaster, and such a wonderful question, and I am not that serious. Hamid said something that after 5 years, if you are a good speaker, if you do a public speaking after 5 years, you will be as novice as you were there when you were the first time. I would like to rectify. I think there were just 3 weeks and I'm still seeing that I am a novice. Anyways, as you all know, today we have an education session. So let me ask you a question. You know what exactly the education session is all about? Overthinking. It reminds me of one of my friend, Raju. He started a business, a shop of livestock, the one who keeps the hand chickens to sell. I'm sure it's not a non-veg job, but it's a non-veg job. Hope you understand. So what he did, he started feeding them and making a business, a big business. After a few days, 2% came in suit boot, came near to him, and with curiosity asked him, "What do you feed them?" Raju thought that there might be a potential customer. I should reveal something very great about myself. Okay, he said, "I feed them the best dry fruits. I said cashew, kishmish, all the nuts. Along with that, I also serve them fruits like avocado." Okay. They said, "We are from income tax and now we will see your books," and they find it. Now you got to experience that. How should you do? After a couple of days, 2% came in suit boot again. They came near to him and asked, "What do you feed them?" Raju got an experience. So he said, "I would feed them. You know, they can do anything and they can eat something, fish, add water, everything like that. So I don't feed them. It's a natural growth of them. So that's why I'm selling them. We are the health inspector of animals." You are fined again. Couple of days back, again and again. After 7-10 days, 2% also came. They asked the same question to him. "What do you feed them?" Raju, by 2 of his experiences, what a while and said, "Sir, we just pay him 100 rupees and they buy for themselves." Well, we all learn from our mistakes, our experiences. It was not a mistake, it was an experience. Whatever we have experienced, we try to make ourselves comfortable and have you experienced something, now we should do this one. We have experienced something and we should apply and improve ourselves. Now, my second question to all of you. All you are going to what you call holidays. Okay? You all went to holidays, right? Might be someone goes to Goa and someone goes to Switzerland. That's another issue. Or someone goes to nearby places also. Udaipur, yeah. For all the requirements. Where do you experience it? What do you experience? How do you experience? I mean, how do you experience your holidays? Where do you experience your holidays? Either in Goa or in what you call Gujarat or in Switzerland. Where do you experience it?
Depend on partner.
Depend on partner? Very good. You experience everything in your head. Right? So even in Switzerland, where do you experience it? In your head. Even if it's Goa, where do you experience it? I give you 2 examples of 2 experiences, right? So what happened if this head is overoccupied? And the main reason of overoccupation is overthinking. That's what I want to say. How does overthinking impacts you? You can't make you a good good decision maker if you are overoccupied, overthinking. It can't make you enjoy the life, enjoy the places you go. Because so if you have to keep your mind less overthinking, we have an education system. Now moving further with the Toastmasters. Let me introduce the timer today because we have a special session, education session. We start with just timer. Usually we have a complete list of evaluators, but today we just have a timer today. And the timer is someone who is an assistant scientist in ISRO. I'm hard to pronounce it. And he is also doing his master's in public administration. Please help me welcome with great round of applause. Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmaster.
So it's done.
A very good evening to my senior and hero Toastmaster, and today is our lovely guest. Today I am playing the role of a timer, or you can say that the referee of this meeting. But there is a difference. I will try my best to save you from timeout. Coming back to my role, I will time the tabletop discussion, formal speeches, and the evolutions. I will also alert each of the speaker what is the time left by using these three cards, green, yellow, and the red. All its meaning the time remaining. For the tabletop discussion, the speaker limit their remarks of not more than 2 minutes. At the 2 minutes, I will raise the green cards. At 1 minute, I will raise the green cards. At 1.5 minutes, I will raise the yellow cards. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red cards. Now, those who are going to give the speak, so their limit their speeches up to the specific time. First, for the icebreaker speech, the speech should be 4 to 6 minutes. At the 4 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow cards. And at 6 minutes, I will raise the red cards. Those for the formal speeches, the speech length should be 5 to 7. 5 minutes, I will raise the green cards. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow cards. And 7 minutes, I will raise the green cards. And for the individual evolutions, should be in the length of 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green cards. At the 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes, I will raise the yellow cards. And 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you.
So without further delay, should we start our first segment, which is called prepared speech segment. Today's first speaker is someone Toastmaster Wear, please. But before I give him this topic, I would like to introduce Toastmaster Hussein to read his speech objective speech.
Toastmaster Video is giving his project speech level 2, speech 1, and his pathway is presentation mastery. The objective of the speech is for him to learn about different communication styles and identify his communication style.
Okay. Toastmaster Video. Communication style, Toastmaster Video.
Do you think that communication is just speaking and listening and some body language flavor? No. So there are lots of other additional details also in communications and insight in that communication. There are the super powerful communication styles. Each different style has a different purpose and a different energy in that style. I am going to review 4 different styles with all of you today. In 4, the first is the active, 2, supportive, 3rd one, initiative, and the 4th, analytic. So I welcome you all explore all these 4 styles and understand it better. And if we understand it better, leverage it better, so we can have a good communication style and good conversations within our family, even our work culture. So let's deep dive into this post. First, the active style. Active style is something like the decision maker style. We have some critical situation, emergency, lack of time, and we need to have clarity purpose in less time. So this style is really helpful there. It gives clarity to the person in conversation, maybe some team members or in family. If we have any critical situation, some health is related concerns which we need to decide on that. Some in work area, we need to take some decisions related to final production. So in that, if we have a less time, there is someone who is good in that communication, will come up with lots of clarity and approach with some decision in that. So here this style will be helpful. Second one is supportive style. So in this style, this is a kind of the nurture in guide who can help someone in conversation to lift him or her up in specifically in emotional situations. He or she will listen the opponent and understand him or her better. After understanding, he or she will give some better clarity on that. But at least he or she will be able to understand his situation, and the person will feel that someone is there here, and that is a really amazing thing. So this situation, this communication style is also important in relationship, whether it's professional or whether it's personal. The third style, this one is initiative, and this is a kind of the function connector or a party who just come up and bring the enthusiasm, the energy in that any conversation, who just pull everyone together. Hey, just come and let's have this conversation and give the topic. It gives some background on that topic, and after that, it will slowly come up on the final conversation stage. It's not like the direct communication, like the first one. And the fourth stage, it's analytical. In this analytical stage, in this communication, person will come up with the details. It's more related to the structure and accuracy. It will have more the data, the facts, all the kind of 360 degrees. So it's more related to facts. At least one will not come up without the details. He or she will come up with all the details, present to the communication, and give the better clarity with help of this or this detail. So this, without this detail, if it's not in communication, there will be lack of trust. So in some situation where we have some decision, important decision to make, we don't have any urgency, we have a time, but we need to make some decisions which will help us in long term. So in this such kind of situation, this communication is really required, because if we have some data, some facts, some 360 degree, all the different criteria are related to it, we will have a better understanding on all the members in that and have that trust and confidence on that system. So this particular communication is required in this case. Now, all these different communication, like communication is not only the voice, as I said earlier, it's not only the body language. We have to all this different communication style here. It's like the blend of this communication style. If we can use one is this or one is that, one is good or one is bad. We just need to use this, because if we consider that the active which move us forward, we take this. If second, supportive, which lift us because it improves our relationship, we can consider initiative, so that brings us together, and we consider analytical, so that makes sure that we are on the right track. So as I said, like it's not some good or bad or better. In depends upon the situation. We can opt any particular communication style, maybe one or multiple together in say that conversation, and we can make that conversation some meaningful, some result oriented. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We have one more new guest. Please introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
So, I'm Jay. I was
I would like to invite the second speaker today. He is Toastmaster Mushtaq. And he evaluating Toastmaster. As we have today his icebreaker speech, the first speech given by any Toastmasters. So we don't have to introduce him or what he is going to say about his task. He will just speak his heart out. And the time limit, please note the time limit is 4 to 6 minutes. After the speech is over, we give a standing ovation as a gesture that is first speaker of the speech for 4 to 6 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster.
First of all, I would like to thank Rakesh for coming today. He encouraged me after every week of Saturday to give my final speech of icebreaking. He motivated me by saying, अपने बारे में तो बोल रहे हैं, इसमें क्या दिक्कत है? आपका आवाज भी अच्छा है, तो आपका मैं नाम लिख रहा हूँ इस युग के लिए, तो ऐसे जोक के राकेश जी. But the words, what is very powerful, and I decided to do the speech. So, good evening, Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and kids. Today is a very special day for me, and I'm super excited to give my first ice-breaking speech. This is the story of a man named Mustaq. He is from shipping background, and he believed that life is like a shipment. We plan our route, we prepare our document, but somehow there are the always surprises on the way. His journey too has been too much full of surprise, and he would like to share it with you in the 4 phases of his journey: his childhood and early life, his married life and personal life, his professional life, and personal growth and Toastmaster. In his early life, in early morning of 22nd of July 1984, Mr. Usman and Miss Hamida were very tense because their first child was baby girl had been a miscarriage. But that day, Miss Hamida gave a healthy good baby boy, weighing just more than 3 kilos. They named him Mustaq. He was very cute and adorable. Relatives and neighbors loved to take him out and play with him. He was their cute street man, are ready to travel anytime. In his childhood, Mustaq was both shy and very naughty. During his school time, his teacher often called his parents to complaining about his naughtiness. Mustaq liked to watch cartoons like Donald Duck, Johnny Bravo, Dexter Laboratory, and he loved to play outdoor games like spinning lattu, marbles, cricket, and hide and seek. In fact, Mustaq was not good and bad in study. He was an average student. 1 hour of his 10th class board examination, he was busy playing marbles. I do not know, maybe he was testing Newton's law of gravity instead of studying. Yes, and Mustaq grew up with his 3 younger brothers. Their living room often turned to the WWF wrestling ring. We used to do wrestling like WWF style. Mustak also made many close friends, Prakash, Jaydeep, and Bill. Mustak learned a lot of things from Prakash because Prakash was very energetic and very confident. But unfortunately, Prakash and Jaydeep is no more with us. Yes, but Birju is lifelong friend remained. Marriage, yes, Mustak completed his schooling education from IIT Mission High School. Marriage life, personal life, as ancient philosopher Socrates once said, by all means marry. If you get good wife, you'll become happy. But if you get bad one, you'll become philosopher. Mustak married to good son. She is from Rajkot. Mustak loved to reading philosophy, but luckily he didn't become philosopher. Become happy. For him, he believed that marriage is not just about living together, maintaining household, raising children, but he strongly believed that it is a part of greater purpose, and it is included into the creation plan of the Creator. Together, Mustak and Gulshan are blessed with three children, two boys and a daughter. His daughter is especially close to him because he had no sister, the family wife was growing up. In 2017, it was very tough phase of his life. He was going through the anxieties and panic attacks. Once while he was driving to home on this road, Ahmedabad road, at Vastrapur road, he felt shortness of the breath and he thought he was getting hurt. He fell down on the road and admitted into the hospital. Doctor assured him he was completely fine, but the fear stayed with him for a year. Instead of medicine, he chose exercising, started giving some charity, and what behind his self-awareness. So that time opened his eye of awareness. Musnad personal, professional life has also many surprises. Completed his graduation from Gujarat Commerce College. Then he started further study in computer, multimedia, and web design, but couldn't build a career in that field. He started as a field executive for collecting detail from loans and credit card, but he did not like his job. And in 2017, he joined. In 2017, he joined Dubai-based multinational company as a sales manager and work as a sales manager for 5 years. In June 2022, he became the branch manager of Emirates Logistics and personal growth and Toastmaster. Through all these phases, Mustak realized that life like a segment. He believed that life has too many stakeholders like friend, family, society. So uh, there will be a delays and obstacle, but segment must keep move forward. In Toastmaster, he joined the Toastmaster to communication and build the confidence in public speaking and share his story in that way to inspire others. Thank you very much.
So we heard both the speakers right now. Okay, the link is there. There is a link. Any suggestions to the speakers? Can you timer please show the time limit is 1 minute. introduce yourself?
Let me start. I heard that there was a
You are at the right place.
I was actually planning on coming on time.
I understand there was rain, so traffic was very. Now moving towards our next session today. It's an exciting session. It is called table topic session. In this session, even the guest can participate. It's a 1 or 2 minute session, and this will be handled by a person who is from the land of IAS and IPS. I'm sorry. Sorry, I just forgot that it is an education session today before going towards the. Sorry.
Remember the money.
That's true. 3 weeks. Effect of after coming 3 weeks, there is an effect. So today we have education session, and please help me welcome today's educationist, Dr. Vijayalakashmi. She is the founder of Auro Center and counselor, certified career coach, and consulting psychologist. She is also an expert chemist researcher and has worked as principal investigator, served young scientists, and research administrator and grants advisor in reputed scientific organization at Bangalore, India. She is passionate and dedicated towards enabling students, professionals, and homemakers to realize their full potential through career guidance, personal counseling, and holistic yoga practice. Please help me welcome to Dr. Vijayalakashmi. Stage is yours.
She studied.
Sorry, 30 to 40.
Hi, I think. Thank you for the kind introduction. And thank Atish for this opportunity. Last time was a very interesting experience for me. And more than educationist, I believe I'm a learner and a student. That's why I keep learning, engaging. But learning also means applying. Any knowledge you gain and you don't apply it, that's an added on. It just adds to your intellectual burden. This is my said by my yoga teacher. So he says, learn, but learn what you're going to use in your life. So coming back to today's topic, on overthinking, and a few interesting observations for me in the beginning before public speaking about his fears. So if I were to ask, all of you heard the word overthinking, I assume, right? So do you think it's a modern day problem? How many no's are there? Why do you think it's not modern?
Tendency to see and then they get into a trap of predicting the results.
Yes. So going back further, so thinking, separate the over and the thinking. Right? Thinking is very fundamental to human nature. Right? And that's what we think elevates us the rest of the things. Our enhanced thinking, right? Animals and our work on instinct. So a little bit background, right? So thinking is essential for us to survive. That's how it started. Survival instinct brain. That is the rudimentary brain. Take a flight or fight. See a snake here, you will run. That's the first thing. All the thoughts gone out of it. So from there, when the brain has been trained and evolved, first always one self-protection. To protect itself, or to protect us. Right? So that's the first instinct that comes for even for the brain, thinking of it. So when it wants survival, has had an incident in the past, something which it can't cope with, which is usually a negative or a bad incident. So it reminds that to us for further protection. That's how it protects us. So you know a snake is going to bite you by. Suppose even as a child, tell a child not to touch fire. Right? एक बार तो होगा, जिंदगी भर याद रहेगा, right? This is all our training through our negative experiences. So as you said that negative things happen. So that is why अगर आप कोई भी सोचो, our brain is trained or to remember negative experiences deeper than positive experiences. This I am saying this. Don't take it now on face value. Okay, this is the theory. This is what I also learned as a psychologist. So let us see how it works and why we are the way we are. So yes, Mr. Rajesh this time told me that we need to have a nice reading session. Okay, so I am learning from you all. So I want you to do something. All of you, please sit straight. Come to the front. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Settle down. Relax as much as you can. Now, with closed eyes, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Okay? Think about it and see what response you get. And keep it with you. I'll give you time for 2 minutes to think about the responses. And then we move forward. First question. Think about something positive that happened in the past. This one is enough. Okay? This is the question, first question. I'll give you time for all the 3 responses. The second question. Something difficult or challenging, or you may even think about it as a bad experience that happened to you last 1 week. Anything may not be very big, anything small. Third, any positive idea or growth opportunity that you think has happened, which should help you to move forward. So I hope you've gotten 3 questions. I give you about 2 minutes. Think about this one. Don't think too much, just what comes to your mind for each of these responses. Fix yourself. Slowly rise. Any glamour. If you wish to share, what are the responses you got? Anybody?
First question was positive. Last week I performed a drama 40 minutes and this was my first in my life. And second one, bad things. 2 days ago, I had two very concrete with my school. So my first time. And for progressive way, I'm also learning music class. First, 1 day ago, I learned something new. Which is very helpful.
I have another question for you. I asked the sequence. Can you tell me the thoughts also came in the same sequence? What is the first one?
Positive.
Positive one. Okay.
The positive one just happened out of my spouse. Since we are here now, she's talking about my case. And usually I don't take my photos with people like social workers and celebrities, but that was one of my fond memories where
speaking environmental issues to as a part of it. And she found somebody's wall, social media wall. Somebody posted for himself. So that was a really good one, surprise. Second, for years, I think friends here. There is a cycle of the building who's been harassing us for being highly educated and well funded and so I'm not able to adjust this guy. It's super cycle. So that's keep coming into my mind. Like it's been I'm very long big time. I'm just trying to find out this thing. For almost 5 years asking us residents. The idea. Being a social link in the arena, I have done some social projects for the country. It's the day-to-day projects, the problems that we face in our life. And now there is a theme like how to make our country great at projects. So I have a couple of projects lined up to push to certain contexts.
Very good. So you also, I gave you they asked question sequence. The thoughts come sequence?
No, but I've been facing this EDA for a long time, so these guys keep hammering me and it is like beyond my head right now. So 24/7, I think that thing is going, I'm not able to focus my other stuff, but I have to find some fun. I think that's why this session will be very fun.
Hopefully, me too actually. So anybody, if you yeah. So even if you're not sharing, so did you observe that? Yes. The sequence in which I asked, it's the same sequence you're not saying. How many people? It's the same sequence. How many was it? So that's like right. So this is one exercise actually. Something is supposed to come later as a solution. We often teach. I gave it just to see, it's not what to think, how to think, what happens. Usually, what is troubling you at this, even if you are present here, this is what I was trying to say that negative thoughts are more common than you think. We are living in a generation era of positive thinking, all of that. It's true, but negative thinking is actually very ignorant. Why? Because as I again repeat, was purpose of the brain to self-protect. There's a problem, it wants to solve it. Because when you solve the problem, there is an adrenaline rush. So that's another reason why the brain wants to solve the problem. Right? If you solve the problem, great. If you don't solve the problem, that's when you are stuck. Right? The problem in this case is general. He has to resolve it to move forward. But you're getting the thing what happens. So this is the reason why negative thoughts, and even memories you could write down, happy memories. How long do you dwell on it? You talked about, I think he mentioned about visiting there, going for holidays and things like that. Has it ever been you come back, once in a while, picture book, look at it. You dwell on it the whole day? Rarely happens. Whereas something negative happens, something challenging in your life happens, which you're not able to overcome. That's what keeps happening and again till you solve it. So it's alright. So if you ask me, it's okay to have negative thoughts. You were designed like that. But that is not the level at which you can stop saying that you are SIE there. Right? So now we come back to definition of overthinking. So again, as you said, as you all have heard, what do you think or you understand the overthinking?
It's in control. That is so conscious.
कोई एक एग्जांपल शेयर करना चाहता है? Can be yours, can be your friends.
Hello everyone, my name is Deepak. Overthinking is जब भी जब हम जब छोटे थे स्कूल के अंदर पेंसिल निकालते पेंसिल जब ज्यादा इससे टूट जाती खाली दिस इज ओवर और ऐसे ही निकाल के दिस इज
That's a nice example you have given. That's what the first exercise was about. So when you have something positive about and a growth opportunity to think about, and you have the negative thing somewhere in between, आप आगे बढ़ सकते हो. जब वो पहला वाला और तीसरा वाला नहीं होता है तो तीसरे में स्टार्ट, right? So yes, and again overthinking is different for different. General definition is बार repetitive thoughts आना, and as I said, these repetitive thoughts are essentially negative in nature. To ask anybody writing, अगर AI से पूछो what is positive overthinking, आपको मिलेगा नहीं. अभी बना नहीं है, बन जाएगा. Right? Definition of overthinking is goes to negative. But see, overthinking also is useful sometimes, because when you want to solve a problem, right, you have to think deeply. Thinking deeply again and again helps you to innovate, get new ideas, achieve greater things. So deep thinking is important. When it is becoming unproductive, जब आपको help नहीं कर रहा है, तभी वो overthinking आजकल कहलाता है. Okay? So now we are in the phase of defining the overthinking. As I said, is essentially negative. उसमें पॉजिटिविटी नहीं है. हर चीज जो गलत हुई है उसी को बार बार. सेकेंड थिंग, इट्स अबाउट द पास्ट और द फ्यूचर. आप जरा सोचिए, हो गया है या होने वाला है. जब जो यहाँ हो रहा है उसके बारे में आप ओवरथिंक नहीं कर सकते. दैट्स द सॉल्यूशन. we'll get to that. If you are in the present, you cannot be in the past or you cannot be in the future. You're just there. And overthinking is always about, I use the word always, remember that, ये भी solution है. या तो past है या तो future. And it is a genuine case also. There are past traumatic experiences होगा, बचपन से होगा, कुछ हुआ होगा जिसकी वजह से वो एक habit बन जाता है. अगर आपके पास repeatedly you have certain negative experiences, then it becomes a habit. या ये होने वाला, ये हो जाएगा. Right? That is one common type of overthinking. It can be anything. There have been an accident or a very loved one would have died suddenly, and you have seen some up close when you are not even an understanding point of view. So डर लगा रहता है. And that's where I come to third thing. Okay? This is again, you will not find it in AI. This when he is talking about fear, all overthinking is associated with some kind of fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of losing, and most importantly also fear of death. आज मैं जब AI में ढूंढ रही थी, सबसे ज्यादा और इसको होता है, उसने कहा यंग अडल्ट्स को 25 to 35 में. आप लोग सब मानते हो यंग अडल्ट्स को ये ओवरथिंकिंग उसके बाद नहीं होती है. ये आज क्योंकि AI को आज इतना ही हमने इंफॉर्मेशन फीड किया है, तो उसको पता है कि 25-35 में होता है, which is kind of true. But each stage, now see, you've gotten a definition of overthinking. There is a reason. Very hidden source is fear. We all have that fear. As I said, brain starts with that fear. That fear mode is there. It will first want to eliminate the fears more than anything else. That's when you are giving control to the brain. Our primitive brain, the cognitive thinking ये जो बोल रहे हैं, वहां तक तो हम पहुंच नहीं रहे हैं. We are calling it overthinking, but it is driven by a little fear. That something happened again and again. उसने मुझे ऐसे क्यों इंसल्ट किया सबके साथ? This is one kind of fear, or one kind of overthinking. Right? Why did he do this to me? That is called rumination. ठीक है? बार-बार एक ही चीज के बारे में सोचा कि उसने मुझे ऐसे क्यों हुआ, मेरे साथ क्यों हुआ, मैनेजर ने मुझे कैसे, एक ही चीज है. So that is a classic negative thinking, and that is because of a certain situation. Okay. The other is perfection. Perfection is also kind of driven by fear. This is again a personal analysis of mine. You want to be perfect. एक high expectations होते हैं, बहुत intelligent है, हर चीज को अच्छे तरीके से करना. You think about people like that. Maybe one of you, they are very honest, want to do everything the best. They are driven by that. जब perfect हर चीज को करनी है, so they are not okay with average stuff, a little bit of mistakes also. The repeating pool comes. I have to make it perfect. So क्या होता है उसका consequence क्या? Another category of decision comes. Overthinking माने decision. Like I see somebody mentioned about you can't make decisions fast, right? So there is another third category, over analysis. पहले तो हुआ generally rumination, फिर हुआ perfectionism, उसमें से आता है आपका over analysis. I'm not saying that all three are related, may be separate, or you might find the same thing in all the one person, all three, as a consequence of each. So over analysis, मतलब हर चीज को सिंपल, शादी भी हो सकती है, एक फंक्शन भी हो सकता है, ठीक है, सब रिश्तेदारों को खुश करना है, ये करूंगी तो वो बोलेगा, वो करेंगे तो ये बोलेगा, फैसला ही नहीं होता. So fundamentally what happens, you ask me, due to overthinking is a waste of time. First is waste of time. It's the most practical, visible thing. उसके बाद आपके साथ जो जो होता है, you are suffering, you are unhappy, right? You are overthinking, आपकी energy drain हो रही है. Okay, that is for sure. That is the best way of finding out whether you are going deep thinking or you are going to go to overthinking. You are overthinking, headache, body ache, you just simply numb sometimes. Whereas when you are deeply thinking about a problem, जिसको हम flow बोलते हैं, you are totally involved, whether it succeeds or not, you are with the problem. Okay, so there it is called flow. There's a book also, I forget the name of the author right now, flow. That is a deep thing. Overthinking unproductive है, unhelpful है, physically it numbs you, and of course, sorry, I'm first get water. Sorry, so हमने stress के बारे में बात की. Overthinking से stress होती है, stress से overthinking. These are all continuous loops. We tend to, thank you. Sorry. Okay, I forgot to ask people if they're more comfortable in Hindi. हिंदी में स्विच कर लेते हैं, ठीक है? जो भी समझ में आया, लेकिन और एक बात है, हर जो साइकोलॉजी की शब्द है वो हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट करना थोड़ा मुश्किल है, क्योंकि आइडियली हमारे ये था नहीं, हमने उसको खींच खींच के लेकर आया है. So where were we? We're talking about perfectionism, rumination. What was the last word I said? I lost my train of thought. Because I am also overthinking right now. कैसे इसको समझना है, right? So yeah. So as I said, difference between deep thinking and overthinking. These are symptoms. Why I am saying is, अगर आप कुछ solution भी निकालना चाहते हो, see, I am not giving you steps. I am giving you as a circle, because everything is like that. Everything is connected, right? Even when you're deep, when you are overthinking, आपका तो बाकी कुछ नहीं चल रहा है. Not happy, you're not sleeping, physically you are drained out, you're out of context with other people. I am talking about extreme situations. Little bit of overthinking is important in life, because little stress is important in life. That's what drives us. Okay, but when it comes to like you're drained out, can't function, that's when you have to start worrying. That's when the chances of tipping over are there. From overthinking, anxiety, or depression, or other stuff. And all disorders, if you see anxiety, में सबसे पहले क्या आता है? Worrying, overthinking, right? So it's again both ways. The disorder person has all these symptoms, but a normal person starts with a little bit of overthinking. चलता है करके you leave it. People around also leave it. That's when it keeps on increasing. So what are the signs? Headaches. There's a numbness around you. आपकी physical health suffer होती है, right? आपको और जब तक वो चलता रहता है, there are times, I don't know if people have experienced. I personally have gone through that. Can't stop your thought process. Just goes on and on and on and on and on. That is overthinking. Why I am saying is, आजकल I see young people and everything. हमारी भाषा बदल गई. अगर कोई बार-बार एक चीज बोलता था, और ये मैं हर सेशन में बोलती, हम क्या बोलते थे? ज्यादा सोच रहे हैं. अभी हमारी हिंदी चली गई है, सीधा यार तू बहुत ओवरथिंक कर रहा है, right? Our language, right? This language of psychology is essentially for diagnosis, not for labeling yourself or other people. It's good to know you have it, but जितना आप खुद को बोलोगे ना, मैं ऐसा हूँ, आपका दिमाग भी वही लेता है. There's a whole theory about subconscious mind. If you understand that, you will know why I'm saying that. I'm not saying deny it, but हर छोटी-छोटी बात पे 2-3 बार बोल दिया, you're my senses. आप बहुत overthink कर रहे हो. It's maybe even fact, but it's a language. You're making the person and the condition the same. change your language. Yeah, you are thinking too much right now. That is, I believe, a better conversation than you are an overthinker. You know, as soon as you merge the condition with yourself, that actually aggravates the condition. I'll come to that in the solution section, right? So we've all experienced it. किसी कोई कम, कोई ज़्यादा. And why that difference? Again, we're all different people, right? Different conditions में हम बड़े हुए हैं. So different personalities. Some people, you will see, they are like prone to overthinking. Others एकदम बिंदास. इसका मतलब नहीं उसकी उस बिंदास को कभी परेशानी नहीं होगा. One incident in life is enough to tip you from here to there. And why this guy is even more? You know the circumstances of his, how he has grown up. I am giving you very practical things rather than theoretical definitions because ये relate कर पाते हैं. Maybe the parent was very strict, high expectations. अगर आप एग्जाम्पल देती हूँ, अगर आप 95 पे 100 भी मिलेगा, एक encouragement नहीं मिलेगी. You could have done better. This is like, of course, ये language अभी इस generation में बदल रही है. Right from school to teachers, you could have done better. Today 95 and 100 लड्डू पेड़े सब बांटे जाएंगे. हमारे टाइम में वो नहीं. So that builds the high expectation in the child. मुझे और perfect करना, मुझे और perfect करना. So this is the history of overthinking. So if you are familiar with Freud and all, this goes to the cause, right? So this is just one example. There might have been a very major traumatic event. हमको नहीं मालूम कि वो overthinker क्यों है. So it is important that you're kind to the overthinker. If you are an overthinker, be kind to yourself. Okay? So these are the few aspects I would like to touch on. And क्या thoughts आते हैं? इसको हम actually in psychology we talk about cognitive distortion and cognitive bias. इससे भी overthinking होती है और overthinking से भी एक बार टेस्ट में फेल हो गया मैं फेलियर. I see children having these conversations. I did badly in the test. I'm a total failure. ये खुद why I'm saying this is easier to arrest these thoughts when you're young. ये build up होते होते जब आप बड़े हो जाते हो ना फिर बदलना मुश्किल. There are a lot of young people here. So don't, when you're having the conversation itself, again, I repeat it when I'm coming to the solution stage, but these are all linked. Remember, the conversation you have with yourself. Right? This is just one test. It's not a failure. This is the language we tell us. This is, or we call it as all or nothing thinking. Just that was 100%, that was 0. Beach mein kuch nahi. Because life is not black and white. It's grey. Right? You see a lot of movies and a lot of things. ताली बजाते हैं, आप wonderful movies सब फटा लेके जाते हैं. जब हम उस situation में आते हैं ना, it's about applying what you learn. Again. So he had given a very nice example of how he's gone through and he mentioned very nice things. He reached a stage, again, this will come to the solution part, went through anxiety, take medications, if I remember correctly, exercise, self-awareness. So that is the key. Okay? So this is the gist of overthinking and I will give you a long list of examples. 9 या 10 distortions हैं. Jumping to conclusions, labeling, generalization. एक बार शायद फ्रेंड ने बर्थडे पार्टी पे नहीं आया. छोटी सी बात शुरू होती है. अरे यार ये मेरा दोस्त नहीं है. He is not that good a friend of mine. मैंने बुलाया नहीं आया. So the next time मम्मी बोलती है बुलाओ. No, he didn't come next time. Not come this time also. You're not even making an attempt. Think that शायद उसकी कोई वजह होगी. Whatever happened, we never even ask. कोई ego आ जाती है, right? So this is called jumping to conclusions based on one incident. Sorry, generalization. Some actually there are different labels, but they're all interrelated. Then generalization. एक incident के ऊपर and how you use the language. तुम हमेशा मुझे डांटते हो. You are always scolding me. Always. The always you should use for positive things. This always and never. एक बार डांट दिया, you never encourage. See, I am a mother of 15-year-olds. So ये सब language आ रहा है क्योंकि I realize that now. I correct myself, right? So this always and never terminologies. Remember this because ये सब इतने problems हैं. These are what your solutions, right? So we got an idea of what is overthinking, a little different types, right? And क्यों होते हैं? Time कम है, and I always believe.
Excuse me. Never is also so positive.
See, These are very strong words. Always or never. Never. You never praise me. You never do this for me. एक बार नहीं किया. You are never on time. शायद एक बार लेट आया होगा employee. You are never on time. You can change the language saying आप frequently देरी से आते हो. Why? Because ये दूसरे के साइड को कैसे अफेक्ट करता है हमें नहीं मालूम. And you are also internalizing yourself that this never happens, right? It works both ways, whether it is for you or the person also starts believing, yeah, I am never on time. तो उसकी overthinking आपके language से भी affect होगी, got it? And your own language. So overthinking a lot. There's a whole story behind why overthinking happens. If you lived with a bully, if you have lived with people who have very high narcissistic personalities, मतलब आपको हमेशा दबा दबा के रखते हैं. These are all external causes, right? Knowing the causes sometimes helps because people don't even know कि मैं सच में overthink कर रहा हूँ कि नहीं. Second guessing yourself. पर आपकी self confidence ज़्यादातर overthinking से जाती है और वो उसकी starting point कोई भी हो सकता है. But the point now again is, am I going to blame my father and say उसकी वजह से मेरी सब? There is also another thing. My father never encouraged me, so today I am having low confidence. See, there is truth in these statements. झूठ नहीं है. Yes, somebody did something to you, so you are in this situation. But you want to be stuck in that loop. Everybody wants to overcome overthinking. We are in a management building. I would say first learn to manage. Learn to manage, then aim higher. Take small steps. ये किताबें I have seen self-help books. 10 दिन में you can overcome this in 10-15 days. The reality is something different. It will work temporarily. अगर आपका अगले दिन meeting है and you cannot wait for self-awareness and everything, तब कुछ temporarily के लिए ये सब पढ़ के self-affirmation, reframing and all is fine. But in the long term, when you want to grow, it's a long process. As I said, it's a habit, right? आपको शायद 30 साल से एक habit बन गई है, या 40, 50, 60 साल से भी. To undo that habit also, you have to give time. So most important thing, anything, condition, any mental health related, be kind to yourself and the other person who is going through. That is very important. You forget being kind to ourselves also. I am such an overthinker, मैंने सब बिगाड़ दिया. हो सकता है तुमने गलती की. सोचो आज मेरा ये presentation किसी को समझ में नहीं आया. सबने बोला ठीक है अच्छा नहीं गया. It's very easy to fall into the trap that I can't speak. Since this platform is for public speaking, I can't speak well. I shouldn't do it again. That's the fear. Whereas if you take it like this, yes, I made some mistakes. I went a little off all this, but I can work around it. That's now I'm coming to the solution part. So it's a cognitive way of it's a cognitive solution where you reframe your thoughts. आप negative से positive आते हो. But ये करने के लिए भी your mind has to be ready. You can't straight away jump into CPT and all those things. Okay, if your mind is not ready, you will be parroting like the therapist. Therapist ने लिख के दिया, या online देखा, you see the difference when you mean it and you say it and you have just learned it. I will be positive from today, right? So you have to internalize, and those things take time. So there are a lot more simpler ways to begin. And as I don't know, some of you might have been there last time also. So more than problems, as I said, चूंकि सबने overthink थोड़ा बहुत किया होगा तो पता है उस सिचुएशन में क्या करो. तो अभी कैसे निकले, right? मैनेज कैसे करें? overthinking के साथ काम करना है, खुद चलाना है, सब कुछ करना है. Even before thinking of getting rid of it, and I'm going to be the most positive person, let's begin with first thing is to relax. When you are tensed with mind and body, nothing is going to work. I can do all the talking in the world, give you a 1-hour session, it's not going to change. So first thing is to relax. The moment you are overthinking, you are stressed, body is tensed. So first is a relaxation technique. And the simplest, I repeat, is a breathing process. Because har jagah you cannot do all the kinds of asanas and everything. I come back to yoga because that's helped me a lot and I've seen the difference it makes. Cheapest, the most cost effective, and what I believe works best for an Indian. Because it's there in our genes. So आप जैसे जैसे discover करोगे, of course you can try explore different things. It's already there in you. The knowledge is there in you. आपको बस उसको निकाल के apply करना. The most important thing is breathe, right? When you're stressed out, you're overthinking कुछ, सांस ठीक से नहीं चल रही. ये पिछले बार में जो थे उन्होंने पे किया था इन लोगों को. The moment you are breathing deeply, your focus is on the breathing. Okay, we'll do it as 2 exercises towards the end. Alright? So you're breathing. Focus is shifted to the breathing. Once your breathing is normal, your mind slowly comes back to normal. Then you can think about yourself for the moment or anything. Right? सबसे पहले simplest is breathe. Just breathe. कहना बहुत आसान है, करना मुश्किल. But practice. Everything comes with practice. And self-awareness is the next one I want to say. Overthinking हो रहा है कि नहीं, most people don't know. They're either in denial mode or the other way around. हाँ मैं हूँ, क्या करूँ? Right? Self-awareness is not just about saying, yeah, I am an overthinker. I am an overthinker, so what? What can I do next? Next is understanding yourself is the key to anything. Be it overthinking, be it any condition, physical health, mental health. And that also small steps. Understanding your own thoughts, your feelings, your behavior. जब उस वक्त जब आप उस इमोशन में रहते हो शायद आपको ना समझ में आए, पर थोड़ी देर बाद जब थोड़ा ठंडा हो गया तब to begin the process. And for that also there are a lot of physical activities which you can do through which you can come. Because you know when your thought process is stuck, जब पैर में चोट लगती है या दर्द हो रहा है, easiest thing is to relax your mind, watch a movie, whatever, right? Same thing, when your mind is stuck, go back to your body, come to the breath, then to the mind. That's much more easier than trying to even muddle the mind more. Especially जो लोग ज़्यादा सोचते हैं और आप उनको बोल रहे हो और ज़्यादा सोचो, overthinking clear करने के लिए, ये practically बहुत मुश्किल है. जो flexible है थोड़े thinking के, उनको आप बोल सकते हो positive affirmations and all those things. जो बहुत intellectual है, बहुत ज़्यादा thinking mode में है ना, वो आपकी बात सुनेंगे ही नहीं. This is practical reality as science we see, right? I did this, it didn't work. 10 times I repeated positive affirmation, it didn't work. What works for them is this breath work, breathing. इनको thinking से हटा के कुछ काम करवाना है. That is, as he said, exercise. If you're someone who wants to move around a lot, exercise, running. If you're someone who's not into running, not too much physical exertion, yoga, anything, even जब आप आसना भी कर रहे हो, यहाँ पर सबको योगा बताओ. Be involved with the process. हाथ इधर जा रहा है लेकिन दिमाग कहीं और जा रहा है. मेरा टी-शर्ट कहीं उड़ गया. Am I looking fat? My stomach is coming out. These are the thoughts which come. Right? How do you get rid of that? That's what is self-awareness. Okay? So as I said, breathing, simple physical activities, relaxation. Now when you are coming to self-awareness and understanding yourself, और एक चीज है self-acceptance. And I come from that end because I think more than anything else that works beautifully. This is my end of the story. And again, it depends on the kind of person you are, the kind of personality you are. ये आपको सबसे पहले ये जानना जरूरी है. आजकल it's very easy to find out, even if you don't know what sort of person you are. आपको online tools बहुत मिलते हैं free. Simple, you know, I suggest people, especially young people, do an analysis of yourself to find out. Don't label. ये label करने के लिए नहीं है. I am an INFP and an ISTP and I am this and that. That's not for labeling. To understand where you are in your life. When you and आपको questions ही frame नहीं करने. Already there are. When you understand yourself as a person, you can move forward. Right? So now, where are we? We came talked about self-awareness. We talked about how to proceed forward. Understand, move. Breathing है, exercises है, and I said again, self-acceptance. वो आप कैसे करें? Self-acceptance is basically nothing but telling yourself, yes, I have certain imperfections. I have this overthinking as a habit. Still, I'm okay with it and move forward. Acceptance ये नहीं है. हाँ, मैं ऐसा ही हूँ. This is a very pitying yourself kind of thing. हाँ, मैं ऐसा ही हूँ. मैं बदल नहीं सकता. Right? The other extreme is, I'm like this only. Let the world deal with it. I'm not going to change. Both are not acceptances. Maybe a passive one, but not an active one. The real self-acceptance is when you say, okay, I have this imperfection, but still I'm okay and I will move forward. Right? See how this sounds. Just try having that conversation with yourself. Not, as I said, when you are in that thing, but at least थोड़ा दिमाग नीचे आए तो first start telling yourself, I am okay and I will move forward. Okay, so how do we do all this practically? कहना बहुत आसान है because okay, I am trained and I have learned all this. But when I am also overthinking, मुझे भी थोड़ा time लगता है. But what? Once you learn these techniques, it is faster to come back. You will have overthinking still if you are a chronic overthinker. 100% अगर कोई बोले कि मैं बदल गया हूँ, मैंने ऐसे अभी तक मिले नहीं हूँ मैं, हो सकता है जो सन्यासी बन गए हैं, साधु बन गए हैं, वो पूरे रियलाइज हो. But to completely change yourself is a challenge. I'm not saying it's not doable. But in that also what happens, मुझे हर चीज perfect करनी. I have to move from an overthinker to a non-overthinker. See, again the perfectionist thought comes in. Then ये भी किया नहीं काम हुआ. I went to yoga, nothing happened. I went to therapist, nothing happened. So the easiest, simpler thing is to start small, right? I will take one step at a time. So all of this that I'm talking, there are practices where you don't even have to think so much. The practice itself gradually helps you to get into this mode. Okay. So first, what we are going to do is a simple breathing exercise. 2 minutes. Okay. फिर हम ये करेंगे जैसे अभी I'll tell you the next one next. So first, let's sit down comfortably. Right. Sit relaxed. Okay. But your spine should be straight. So, sorry, you already closed your eyes. You have to reopen to them. थोड़ा posture दिखाना. Okay, we did this last time, but you just need to, जैसे आप बचपन में बैठे थे ना, both your hands should be under your arms slightly. So you're pressing on the nose, then expand your chest. Close your eyes. Now just breathe deeply in and out. Okay, in out slowly at your own pace. For 8 breaths, count your breath. 1 inhalation, 1 exhalation, 1. Do it at your own pace. Just breathe. Slow it down. Okay. So this is an exercise you can do anywhere. Your meetings, anywhere. हर जगह ये प्राणायाम का मदद करने भी जाओगे तो काम नहीं कर सकते. राइट में हो कहीं पर भी. So you're getting a panic attack or thoughts of wavering. It may or may not work for you guys. You can try. Right? So this is a simple breathing. No one even will know you're doing it. It's as simple as that. This is a breath. Actually, it's a breath balancing pose as well as a breathing exercise. Usually we sit down and do it Vajrasana, but chair is good and fine. So this has a scientific theory. The right is controlled by the left and left by the right. So you're balancing both your breath, both your aspects of your brain, right? And both are steady. It will take time. I'm not saying कि अचानक से हो जाएगा. जैसे आप बोलोगे वापस thoughts आ सकते हैं. But do it a little longer. Then experiment with more other the n number of pranayamas which works for you best. Okay. So this was for the breathing aspect. The other, as I said, no self-awareness, self-acceptance. अब ये कैसे आएगा? Right? Self-awareness बोलते रहते हैं. सब बच्चों से आजकल 5th standard से उनको सिखाया जा रहा है. Self-awareness. But how do you cultivate it? You need a practice that is actually doable, right? So even for self-acceptance, some of you are in psychology, there's a latest trend. They started with behaviorism and then all kinds of things. And then CPT, अभी CPT भी mindful CPT हो गई. If you go and read, you will know mindfulness-based CPT, cognitive behavior therapy. Cognitive behavior therapy is nothing but basically reframing your thoughts and all those things. इसमें अभी mindfulness आ गया है. Because why? Because without your mind being there, being aware, you actually cannot change your cognition. First, you have to come down, right? You have to become aware. You have to be mindful. So that was your the last अभी जो आया है उसको बोलते हैं acceptance commitment therapy. I'm not saying that anybody needs therapy here. These are all for people who are having anxiety and depression. But as an overthinker also, again, I would like to call if you are thinking too much, this is one way to go. What is the first thing they talk about is technical terms for cognitive diffusion. ये सब मैं I'm just telling you so that you read. fancy terms हैं, scientific है, metacognition, cognitive diffusion. Basically क्या है? आपने अपने थॉट से आपको अलग करना. इसको योगा में हम साक्षी भाव या how do you practice that now? Right? I am my thought. As I said, I am an overthinker. That means you are your thought. But you are not your thought. Just think about it later. You are not your thought. So in order to understand your thought and move from it, you just separate yourself a little bit away from the thought. Then your emotions are under control. Then you can think about your thinking. So the ad was there, like public poster पे लगा है, thinking about thinking too much. Thinking about thinking. Basically, you distance yourself. How do you do that? अभी हमने breathing exercise किया था. Last time we did this, but we will repeat it again. And mind you, this works, but it needs practice every day. किस दिन किया फिर छोड़ दिया. As long as you are in this life, you are working, you are running, you will have problems and you are going to have triggers. And triggers के बारे में मैं बात नहीं किया है, but there will be reasons, right? As I said, some of the other incidents going to happen which will cause you to overthink. So practice जारी रहना है. So just 3 minutes, 5 minutes to do that. Can we? Okay. So I think we did it last time. I'll just explain the practice to you. It's basically sit down. First, come from out to in. As I said, when your mind is not working, don't muddle your mind more and more. First, you sit down, take a few breaths. Then what you practice is sound awareness. As I said, sound is the easiest thing to be with. Whatever sounds are there. Okay. 2 minutes उस पे जो भी sound, don't react to it. You just go and be there with the sound. वो चिल्ला रहा है, somebody is making noise. That's not the other point. And sound is easiest to train. The ears are easiest to train. Okay. Then you start moving. Sit down with your thoughts. I won't even say sit down with your thoughts. Just be there with your thoughts. जो भी आता है, it's like a movie you're watching, right? Just let it play. Initially, I said it is easy to say, difficult to do. It will go. The mind will go. Gradually, with practice, you will be able to just see it come and go. From there, you will see repetitive things coming up. Write that down. तब आपको पता चलेगा किस वजह से आपकी ओवर कुछ भी हो रही है. Okay, as I said, this is very simple to be said. But as I'm talking, many of you might be going somewhere else and coming back. Right? So that let that also happen. Let your mind wander on its own. You are not controlling it. So इसको हम अंतर्मौना बोलते हैं. इसमें भी बहुत levels. You can read up on it. It's available on the stuff. These are all very simple. 2 minutes, 5 minutes. And the third one, I would like to explain it. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay? It's called Yoga Nidra. Again, you can go and read up on it. उसके भी levels हैं. It starts with body awareness, then it builds on breath, then it builds on the mind. So आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, आपको बस बैठना है, लेटना है, instructions follow करना. उसमें भी दिमाग इधर उधर जाएगा. Basically, this is the simplest thing you can do for yourself. So I was supposed to give more solutions, but for time short हो गया. So I hope it was useful to you. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vijayalakashmi. You made us focus on what overthinking can harm us, how overthinking can harm us. Can I share my example for 1 minute? When I was in 25, 26 years, I was trying to focus myself. I tried everything to increase my focus. So I called my dad and said, Dad, I'm not able to focus. What should I do? He said, are you hungry? Yeah. So can we have pani puri? Okay. He took me to pani puri. He said, wash it. Does he forget that if he's serving to 6 people, how much money he has to take? Does he make mistakes? Probably yes, but majorly no. You know why? I ask why? Because he knows if he misses, he will lose. Similarly, if you don't realize what you are losing, you try everything in your life, you won't be able to. That was all for the overthinking part. Now we should continue for our next session, the exciting one, which is called Tabletop Masters. And for that, I have to invite someone who is from the land of IAS and IPS. Currently, is working in MNC. He is frenzy about cricket, sports, and he's a very good swimmer. Please let me help welcome Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So today I am Tabletop Masters. This session I will pick one speaker. I will give you a topic, and you have to think on your feet, and you have to deliver 1 to 2 minutes of speech. The time will be 1 to 2 minutes. Minimum you have to speak for 1 minute. Maximum you can go for 2 minutes. And after the time shows you the red card, you have to conclude your speech in 30 seconds. Okay. So let me call one experienced Toastmaster, please. Toastmaster, please. You are given job interview. A Toastmaster please. An interview is a conversation between two liars. An interview is a conversation between two liars. Toastmaster please. Liar.
Thank you, Tabletop Masters. So, as I went for the interview, it was very late, and you were asking about, do you know about all things which you mentioned the CV? Then I said, yes, I know everything. It was not correct. And he started to ask you questions. Then I think, oh, I missed somewhere. How you get this question? You mentioned the CV. I think I need to get one. So it is happen that way. Then it is very simple. Sometimes we need to committing something more that is not feasible, and if you having something different kind of expectation that we are not committing. So it is happen and sometimes, but anyway we have to complete our conversation and I don't know whether I speak one. And thank you, madam, for this nice.
So most of us actually drag ourselves on the CV, right? Like just like overthinking, we often write about ourselves on CV. Toastmaster Club. So do you know about quote plus turn quote? There is a word. So like it is like I will give you a topic. You have to speak on the topic in favor. Then I will clap and you change the direction. Like you have to speak against. Okay. So your topic. Toastmaster Milab. Weddings are the most magical events. Toastmaster Milab.
Weddings are the most magical events because all the magics from the bachelor's life went away. The fun part, but the good part of the wedding event is that you get married, you get a good partner who takes care of you, who motivates you and guides you for the life, and see the it always guides you in the wrong sense. That you have to come early in the home. Why to come early at the home and we have parties at night only? And do we have parties at day? So magical movements happen because of our magic. All the good magics went away. Because it is not only the magic goes away, but our health, our wealth, everything we are conscious about. We take care of the family, we have our families, we have kids, and all that fun parts of the life, all the good things also comes when we marry. But when we marry and when the kids happen, we have to what's there, potties and what's there, everything. We don't even look at it when it is at the roadside. But when we marry, we have to do all that things at night and day or sleep. Even we can't sleep at night because they cry a lot and they do all this rubbish thing and we have to take care of themselves. We don't get our time for ourselves. And that's true, the good part and the bad part. But the magic happens every time when you try. Thank you very much.
Any guess want to try? You vote. Up for debate. Both can come. We'll have debate. Okay. So debate is about money. Sure. So online shopping. One have to speak for and against. So you can decide for against online shopping.
So, how Diwali sale are coming, so I'm planning to buy an iPhone.
But you should go for the option.
Online is very comfortable. There's so many discounts. So I just buy now and pay amount, and the product is came at the door on next 40 days.
But you go for the offline shopping, you can like see the features, experience the phone if you want, and you can see other phones too. If there is any change in plan, you can edit it that.
But there is just so much traffic in the road. There is a Paris, there is so much traffic. So it's very comfortable to buy online, and if I don't like the product, I can.
But the end is not going to stay forever, so like that will be a time.
Okay.
Again, I want to speak. What a role player. Toastmaster Hardik. No? You can't deny video.
You can't deny. That's the power.
That's the authority we get in India. I'm sorry. I am the Toastmaster. Okay, so you both have to play role. So you are the son and he's the father. And he being the father wants to marry you to the daughter of his best friend. But he wants to marry you want to marry two girls. Understood the situation? Okay. So again, you are the son and he is the father. Okay. You, thanks, sir.
I just want to marry my
President of
start. Dad! What my son? Dad! I found someone. My love, my college sweetheart. What is the meaning of love? Love is like मुझे नींद न आए मुझे चैन No, not this time. Just want to marry my friends. Who? Sheila. Yeah, Sheila की जवानी. Oh, that guy. संस्कारी. Dad, she's my gentleman friend. We grew up together. How can I marry my gentleman friend? It's good for She's my friend. It's very good for you, no? You know How come? You know each other now? Since very long time. There will no battle fighting, you know. And nowadays, we marry. No. Yeah, she knows about my girlfriend too. She know? Indeed. Serious. Oh yeah, I share everything. She's my gentleman. Okay, just tell me, who is your love? My love is free. Who is she? She's someone simple, down to earth, extremely beautiful. But haven't you seen that? In college, she was wearing shorts. The first day, no. I'm not from you. My focus was on another. On her mom. Oh, I understand.
Professor Mitra. Naughty dad.
Okay. Then just get some meeting and we'll decide.
Are you sure? What a nice dad! I love it.
Toastmaster question. Toastmaster question. Hitting the snooze button of the alarm in the morning is the best part.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for that wonderful topic that you've given me. It's my favorite thing to do in the morning. This moment was, tell you what, I always set the alarm at 4:30 in the morning. That's the best time. And the snooze button is only for 10 minutes, but I keep snoozing it for 10 minutes and 10 minutes and 10 minutes, and I can tell you I have the best alarm. I keep snoozing till about 6 a.m. in the morning, and I have to tell myself, it's time to get up and why? Because you feel those 10 minutes that I've gained from 4:30 to 6:30, 1.5 hours is the best time. I've earned it. And every 10 minutes, I tell myself, well, there is a reason why I need to sleep another 10 minutes. Why? Because, number one, I worked so hard the previous day. Number two, well, it is something that I deserve because it is going to be a tough day next and I have to be prepared with the best kind of sleep. And the next 10 minutes is, well, I saw my husband sleeping for extra 10 minutes, why can't I do that? It's a matter of equality for all genders, and I should have it. Then the next 10 minutes, I had to do my son's assignment, for which it took all my brain power, and I'm all exhausted, hence I need another. The next 10 minutes, well, I need to run after the bus, which comes exactly sharp at 7 in the morning, and I need all my energy. The next 10 minutes, I have been practicing for my garba throughout for the past a week, and all my legs and my hands ache, and hence I need that extra 10 minutes. The next 10 minutes, well, I will not bore you with all the 10 minutes that I have, all the reasons, but believe me, they're all valid reasons. And that's how this is the best part of my day, where I gain all the 1.5 hours divided by 10 minutes on my snoozer. Thank you.
Yeah. We can have one more. Rahul. So again, debate. Deepak, this will be the last debate and last round. Okay. So debate is, cricket is the best sports ever. 1-4 against. You can decide. Against. Okay.
Thank you. Cricket is so common that it has casted shadow over all other sports, and they don't get the space or the highlights which is so much required, and the resources which are required, and it's just eating up everything. Cricket.
It's a valid point. I'm speaking for the motion. So cricket has been present since 1546, since the British and even before that, actually British came to it. So I feel like the reason this game has survived the test of time is because there's a sense of uniqueness to this game. Somehow, I don't know how, this game has as a way of bringing people together. So growing up, I used to move a lot of different places because of my dad's job. I used to shift to a lot of different places. So every couple of years later, I would have to move to a new city or a new society. When that happens, making new friends is very difficult. We all know what is the one way we all bond with each other, make friends and get to know each other. It's the cricket we play in society. So all I had to do was just walk down in the evening after 6. I would just not even talk to anyone, just walk in. I would see someone who would be playing cricket. So I would just be watching them and they'd be like, hey, you know what, just come over. And this has happened to me time and again. Nahi hua jhoot bol raha hu because so this never happened, but usually this is how people end up making friends, right? Because you have a shared interest which brings you closer. So I feel like cricket is that one way that has brought this country together, because a country can be 1.2 billion people. We could have a variety of interests, but cricket is the one thing that illuminates all of us. So I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, you have a point, and it's very valid. I agree. Cricket is so common that we play cricket gullies or wherever we get space, even in a room, or even just anywhere. It's like Antakshari can play any
Yeah.
cricket. However, we have so many traditional sports, and there are things which we can do just as an exercise, but they are in sports in itself. Let's say Coco. Coco is a sports and a form of exercise, and it used to be played so widely and so commonly in villages. For example, just Coco is just one of the sports, and Kabaddi is another form of sport which is played so widely. But then, due to the commercialization of cricket, all other sports have gotten almost wiped out. But there is a light of ray of hope because of other people who are thinking like me and giving or promoting this other traditional sports like Kho, Kabaddi, Indian wrestling, and Balkham. So yeah, I think we should give equal importance to the other sports which will fit overall personality of people. And yeah, so, thanks.
That's all from my side as a
Yeah. Jay.
Hope you enjoyed it. Over to you.
Now, without wasting much time, start the introduction part. For the evaluation, I would like to invite for the first evaluation, I would like for Toastmaster to say second evaluation. For the second evaluation, the Toastmaster Ajiz, let me introduce himself. He is the degree holder of our club, having 5 degrees. He is also an MA in psychology. Please let me help you welcome Toastmaster Ajiz.
Toastmasters Club, congratulations for starting Toastmaster training through your icebreaker speech and wonderfully done speech. And what we loved about your speech and your confident face and your smiling. You were not like a newcomer. That was great sign. So you can develop a lot. And your speech had two contents like opening, body, and conclusion. That was so okay. And one of the objective was introduce yourself to the club. So that also you have done, rightly done. So coming to the improvement areas, or some other things you were fantastically done, that your hand gestures were good, open, and then you have got a good conclusion. You said that your objective to join Toastmasters to improve public speaking and all. And coming to the recommendations, so obviously a good speech should start with a good quote or a question or generating curiosity. That you missing either question to audience, yes or no question, and some kind of quote, good quote, or generating curiosity. That you missing. Please take care of that. Second, you were standing on left leg most of the time, like this. So you lost body shape in that case. You cannot concentrate, you cannot give more weightage to your voice. You stand on one leg. And next, eye contact. You were most, I just noticed, you 20% of the time you were like this. You were looking down or only just to this far. So you are not connecting with audience. So like this, you are missing that part. Audience engaging and eye contact with proper with all the corners of the area that you are missing. And most important that you also know the time management. So you taken I guess almost 7 or 8 minutes So your time was 4 to 6 minutes. For that, I have a solution. You have to practice at least 50 times on a real time basis and record your speech. Tell somebody to record your speech and practice a minimum 15 times. That way you can manage your time and your body language, your eye contact. Okay? Please take care of this time. You can be a necessary speaker. Over to you.
For the first speaker, I would like to invite Toastmaster Hussain. He is by profession, he's an engineer, software engineer, and he's working in MNC. He's helping me Toastmaster Hussain.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bharat. Toastmaster Vijay, what an amazing speech. He started his speech with a question that what do you think of communication? What do you think what communication is? We had our own answers in our head. Then he explained what actually communication is about. He also went ahead and explained the different types of communication that we have: active, supportive, initiative, and analytical. Moving ahead, he explained each and every communication style with example so that the audience get to know that what communication style is, and with an example they can connect to. That was one of the speech objective and that you have cleared successfully. Next, couple of suggestions that I would like to give. One is the stage movement was this much only. So you were moving from here till here and it was going with the conversation. So here what you could have done is when he was telling about the types of styles of speeches, so what he could have done is first style, you can stand here and explain the whole style here. Then for the second one you could have moved a bit here, third one you could have moved a bit here, and fourth you could have moved a bit here. So you could have grabbed the whole stage and you could have said like this. Second suggestion, your eye contact was with the audience, but sometimes it was down as well. So that there was some of, I would say just 20% of it was down, but that was we felt a bit disconnected from the speaker when the speaker eyes is a bit down. So you can just try to avoid that. Other than that, I've seen your older speeches as well. So your voice was very low, but you have improved a lot in that. I would request you to have some more energy in some of the topics. So let's say you explain the when you were explaining initiative communication style, you could have said party maker. So that will grab the audience attention as well if they are overthinking. So you can get those attention just by adding much more energy in couple of words like this. Other than that, it was really good. One last suggestion that I would like to give is the speech objective also mentioned that you have to also tell what is your way of communication. That you also said that you have a mix of it. But better than that, what you could have said is you could have given your personal examples. Like this was a situation, and in this situation, I used my active communication style, and this result I got. Or another example, another communication style. So one personal example of yours would have worked wonders. Other than that, it was a really good speech. With this feedback, I would expect you. I would love to hear more speeches of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the benefits. Now we will have a voting session. Is it ready? Okay. Link is shared. Today we have just one voting, and which is for table topic masters. So you can vote accordingly. Okay. The names are as follow. Toastmaster Kalpesh, please raise your hand. Yes, Madhav, raise your hand, please. Toastmaster Shubham. Toastmaster Hardik. Toastmaster Harry. Yes, Jay. Yes, Veeru. I'm sorry, Rahul. Jay sounds good with you, that's why.
I would request everyone to vote again as I have added one more name Toastmasters. I am deleting all the previous responses, so please vote again.
That happens when you're not overthinking. You're present in the moment. So you know your name is not there. So we are done with the voting part. Let's invite the presiding officer, Toastmaster.
I would like to take the feedback of the guests, and after that, we are going outside for tea and coffee, and that is the best networking time. So please tell in 20 seconds how did you like the meeting, all the guests. So we will start from you.
It was an amazing meeting, very engaging. Some quite different performances from our club meetings. I was enjoying them.
Okay, so everyone. So as you all have been doing first day, definitely overthinking a lot before talking. So right when I actually entered the room and I was sitting here, the topic happened to be the relevant one. So definitely I was second guessing myself, and if I'm being completely honest with everybody here, I was kind of procrastinating as well. Because most of the time doing also. And that was on purpose because again I was overthinking coming here. I didn't know.
Just want to add one thing. Overthinking. If you resist, it will persist. Just remember. If you resist, it will persist. Just remember this dialogue till your last breath. If you resist, it will persist. Everybody got the meaning?
Yes.
It is the one thing, one word about overthinking. I'm also a psychologist. Just remember that.
Great for that. So fortunately for me, in my case, my mom assisted me in going because I was making some like this group for it. How okay, so the moment I entered the room, the vibe was comforting and welcoming that I knew that I came to the right place. So yeah, you will be seeing me here a lot.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Very encouraging atmosphere, always finding. So it is a learning experience. Grow in your person.
Yes, sure.
So I regularly whenever new learnings always come motivate me.
So I was my first but the vibe was so comforting and like the different type of personalities of everyone, and it was so engaging. And this was my first time, but definitely it was not.
And Dr. Vijayalakashmi would like to have feedback from you also.
Very nice. I'm on, for example, you're not training for experience. You learn this experience. It's nice to have this platform because you get a sense of time, structure. So, for instance, until I met him, I did not know about this. So, I also learned a lot, right? Sometimes you go off, sometimes what to say, when to say. So, that kind of systematic and a platform for people to actually overcome their fears for typing. That's one very, very nice. I enjoy myself, I learn a lot.
Great.
So,
yes, Sanjay, for saying
So you only.
okay.
May I speak just one sentence?
Yeah.
I was very quick on. But as a Toastmaster, to speak with this for the Toastmasters that we here. There's a quote that I read while I was coming here. It says, all that you touch, you change. All that you change, changes you. And this is a quote by Octavia Butler. And I think this is totally what Toastmasters represents, that you experience here changes you, and what you also give in return is the other.
I would like to call Mr. Rajesh on the stage. No? I don't have the mobile. Okay. Please come on the stage and speak it out. Okay. So, Dr. Vijayalakashmi, I would like to thank you very much on behalf of the whole Heritage City Toastmasters Club that you came especially over here just to give us a very educational session on the topic overthinking. Over here, everyone who is sitting didn't overthink much, just came in the meeting to learn how to overcome overthinking. So, everyone, we all have done great, and the inputs and knowledge which we have got from Dr. Vijayalakashmi would help us to overcome overthinking one day. And I hope that with this knowledge, nobody will overthink. Just will
overthink, but you will manage it and you will get better.
Okay, editing my statement also, just like what she said. We may overthink, but it will not be a barrier towards our growth, right? So everyone, let's keep all the points in mind and let's grow in life. The last thing to say, tomorrow we have a humorous speech and evaluation speech contest above the club, that is area level. More 3 to 4 to 5 clubs, the winners from the club level will be competing over there. So if you wish to join us over there, any of us Toastmasters, you can get in contact with us. We'll guide you, and if you wish to join, we can even register you over there. And the last thing, if you're interested in taking the membership of Heritage City Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Ajish sitting over there, he has raised his hand. He will help you out to take the membership. And even many of us Toastmasters also, like me, Toastmaster Bharat, we may help you out in taking the membership of Heritage City Toastmasters Club. Now, I would like to call the Master of Ceremony on stage for the awards.
For best given topics, the award is for Papa.
Let me confess, I'm so much afraid about tabletop session. Believe me, I've been a seasoned Toastmaster. I joined somewhere 8 or 9 in Canada, then rejoining 1780 before COVID. 1890, right? But I never participated. Believe me, I'm afraid to that. This is my first time. So I can do it.
And everyone, let's gather here for a group program.